Hello everyone, welcome back to another full flight commentary video. It's good morning for me, good afternoon for them in the screen, because as you can tell from the airline, we are far away from Europe and yes, we are here in Australia, more precisely in Sydney at gate 9, and let's say this is the warm-up flight for my next flight, which I'm going to do 3 days after this one. But let's stick to this one. Just for your information, that next video or that next flight I'm going to fly, I'm not going to make a video of it, only pictures, so I'm sorry, but it's a too cliche flight. I just want to make pictures because there are lots of videos on YouTube flying that route, and it's no secret, it's Perth to London, so it's the longest flight or the second longest flight that exists here, that exists here in the world. But this one today in front of you is Qantas 11 service to Los Angeles from Sydney. This is going to be my second longest flight I ever made in my flight sim flights I've ever done, because this flight is going to be around 13 hours, and my longest flight was from Dubai to Sydney, which was 13 hours and 30 minutes, so it's just half an hour behind it. So yes, Qantas 11, it's the service today I'm going to fly with the 787-9, and as you can see my frames are dying, probably because I have an aged processor or CPU if you say, and because I guess the 3D passengers are boarding also, but trust me, without them it's still bad, so I'm really sorry if it's not that smooth as it should be during the recording. So now we are boarding, we are taking around 75 tons of fuel, 245 passengers on board, and around, let's say, 13-14 tons of cargo. Gate 9 in Sydney, Victor Hotel, Zulu November Delta is the plane, as you can tell. I will show you the dotted one. Really props to the gentleman who made the repaint. I guess it's really hard to make that much dots this precisely on an aircraft in Photoshop, so props to the gentleman who did the repaint. And I guess that's all about the flight. We are boarding right now, and to make the full flight commentaries a bit shorter, I decided I will not show you the programming, because it's you have seen it plenty of times, so I will just talk again when we are ready for pushback. So I will hope you enjoy this video as well, so let's start this off. So we are now ready for pushback. The pushback truck is just arrived right here with the ramp agent also. Beacon lights are on, and tail, oh my god, it's an interesting thing. It's asking me where to point the tail. Tail to south then. Tail south, yeah.
Departure check completed.
I guess.
Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes.
Oh my god, the accent of GSX.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Good. Sweet. Everything is fine.
We're on the flight deck.
Go ahead for cockpit.
Cleared to start engines.
Roger. Clear to start engines. Start both engines.
It is approved for us, but I'm turning on some lights before, so now I'm starting number 2.
Okay, starting engines.
And Here we go. And now we are off. Once again, really sorry for my frames. I hope the editing helps it a bit. I try to not move the camera too much, because here, if you can look at this like this, it's not that bad. But if I just point my mouse and just turn, you can see it's like below 30, way more. It's flyable, so it's good. Number 2 is running. Here it is. Let's turn number 1. Yeah. Number 1 is starting. We will be using flap 5 for takeoff. We will use the whole runway. What are you doing, GSX?
Before taxi check.
What in the name of God you are doing, GSX? If it is pushing me back that way, I will be really surprised. I like this dynamic lighting effect, though. Yes, oh my god, it's doing... Oh, I'm losing it, guys, I'm losing it. GSX does the most surprising things in all of Prepare 3D history. Let me tell you, if you own the add-on, you know what I'm talking about. Just look at that. Just look at that. This thing is using the Afct path here, the taxiways, to push us out into this taxiway right here. Or it's using the taxi lines. It's going right here, I think. Anyways, both of our engines are running, so I don't know, let's do some, maybe for some thumbnail shots or something. Just like, it's really nice using the ini-build's dynamic lighting fix also. Anyways, it's good. I will use the cockpit really dark, so maybe I can get a better bit better FPS. What I'm thinking, that the since both of our engines are running, we will shut off the APU and let's extend some flaps. What should I say? It's 1.5. At least GSX is pushing back us onto the right way. Flap 5 APU is on cooldown. Good. Flap 5 is down. Good. At least it's a pretty straightforward taxi. It got dark here in Sydney quite fast. Local time here is around 7 PM, I think. So yeah. You can now stop GSX, I think. Anyways, let's just don't bother with this one. That's fucked up. It's like it's calculating fuel really badly. It should give me an insufficient fuel thing if I will try to fix it. So now right now it says we will land it with 0 fuel in LA. That's impossible. So Why are we pushing back still? I had to stop the pushback procedure manually because it was like pushing back me way more than it should be. What? Okay, Ramp Agent, what are you doing? Let's get it in this video, it's some kind of a bloopers. The Ramp Agent says, I don't give a fuck, I'm going there. What?
Set parking brakes.
Of course. Saying that
Waiting for confirmation for good engine start.
from that part of the plane. Are you kidding me? Anyways. So don't bother with this one. So it's impossible, it says that we will land with 0 fuel. It's calculating fuel badly. So I will try to fix it a bit later. So the trims. I need the flight control check also. The trim is 5.5 units, I think. 5.5, yeah. And 6. 5.5. So we'll do a flight control check quickly. Full up, down, left, right, and rudder. Also good. And the speed brakes. Up, down. Do the checklists. Require recall checked. Good. Before takeoff is complete also, and now we are off to the after takeoff checklist.
Unlocking gear.
Good. Did he come back? Yes, he did.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
The accent. Oh my god. I also turned on some cabin lights. Red ones to match with the color of the aircraft. I think it looks nice. So anyways, I will continue on to taxi line and see you on the takeoff roll. So since it was a quite fast taxi procedure, because this is the international terminal and I was on the side of it, this is runway 16 right on our right hand side, just here. This is the very end of it, so we will take off from here. Let me see it from the outside. So can we... No, this is the very end. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on the strobes also, and I'm going to turn off the taxi and turn all of the bigger lights on. Not my first time in LA, you know, not even my first time in Sydney, but this is the first time I am attempting to do this flight. We have 3,962 meters for takeoff from here, so I'm going to not follow the line. I will just do it in the 90-degree method. All in all, clock on. Should be around 13 hours or so. Right now. And
Runway
I'm
verified.
runway verified. Good. And now, right now, I'm giving the plane the power it needs, like around 30 to 40%. Stabilized. So go.
Check thrust.
We should not see any immersion. Not, I guess. Check.
Check.
So this one is coming back up.
V2.
And positive climb.
Positive rate. Gear up.
Awesome. Look at Sydney at night. Right turn. And left. Good on the trim. Bye bye Sydney. LA, we are coming. There's climb thrust. I will keep it at flap 1. It's a bit windy and it's really dark, but I promise when we arrive to LA it's gonna be bright. And since it's a non-overnight flight, I'm always here, I'm always monitoring it, so I can give you better cinematic shots in the sunrise. And I will try my best to make it. Still hand flying the thing. I'm keeping out flap 5, keeping at the steady 200-ish speed. And I will give the I will turn the autopilot on after this left-hand turn.
With our flight underway, I'd like to once again welcome you aboard. I'd also like to offer a special welcome to our quality club flight. You will be earning valuable miles on your flight today. If you're not a member, please visit us at qwixsim.com. In just a few minutes, we will be beginning our complimentary meal and beverage service in both first class and coach.
Left-hand turn again.
Wine and margaritas can be purchased with the debit or credit card. We apologize if we do not accept cash. In-flight entertainment available on this aircraft includes audio and video on demand as well as Wi-Fi, all included free of charge. The flight attendant will be coming through the aisles with complimentary headset. Now we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Flaps 1.
This one? Exactly.
After takeoff checklist.
No, not right now. Now let's put this back on track. And autopilot.
Autopilot on. Autopilot in command.
Turn off the turbos. The frames are much better now. Will intervene the speed, the altitude. It's some kind of a cloud, I think. Yep, 16 left Lufthansa. Possibly that's it. Here is the city, here is the airport. Wow. Interesting. Probably because the weather update. You cannot see a thing. Nor I. So, anyways, on to our journey towards LA. Hopefully I will land before midnight. I'm hoping good wind here over the Pacific. Oh, and yes, actually first time I'm crossing the Pacific in the simulator. I've never crossed the Pacific before here, so it's quite interesting. It's not even since we are departing from south and we are going up. There are no exact routes, but there are also North Pacific routes. I actually made a schedule on what flights I'm going to do and what at which time of the day or at which date I'm doing them. So I also came up with the flight. It's gonna be a month later from now, I think, or some kind of there, because in between I'm flying way more, but it's gonna be an Air Canada, and I am going to make a video of it. Maybe it's gonna be I don't remember correctly if it will be a full flight commentary or a half flight or just a clip, but the route itself will be between Vancouver, Canada and Beijing in China. So that from Vancouver we are going to Beijing, so it's gonna be a North Pacific route, so I am looking forward to that one. Anyways, we are continuing our climb towards 330. The flight level will be 370, and I hope you will like the video, and see you in a couple of hours, let's say around 10 hours. So enjoy. Flight in my career, because it went over 12 hours 21 minutes, which is my last flight, which I did not record. I was just flying casually from London to Singapore. That was 12 hours 21 minutes. We are now over it, so officially this flight is my second longest flight in my history of flight simming. We are off to the downwind of 2.5 left in LA. Pretty cloudy here this afternoon in LA. Actually, it's almost midnight here in Europe, so yeah. So 2.5 left will be our runway. Parking will be at Tom Bradley International, because that's the international terminal. I don't know a correct stand. We will just aim for Hotel 9 to vacate 2.5 left. And then, oh, I forgot to set the barometric pressure. So, well, not barometric actually, because it's altimeters here. So 2.5 left, aiming for Hotel 9 for vacate. So I use auto brake 2, and we will do some vectoring after SLI, Sierra Lima Lily India, because we will like try to extend the downwind a bit more, because I guess it's gonna be real sharp, so we will just turn back right there. Or maybe not even from... the charts are saying that we will expect radar vectors from SLI, so we are doing that from SLI also. So maybe I will try to do slower the aircraft manually. I don't expect wonderful frames, because recently we got a new Nvidia drivers update, and we also got a Windows 10 update, and for some reason my frames are not that good as I want to be. So FMC says we need to drag a bit, but it's not. actually, so yeah, I expect like 20-23 frames in LA, so it's gonna be tough landing there. I hope I can grease it onto the runway, because my last previous landings in any aircraft was not that good. Now we can decelerate a bit. If you watched my last video, the Brussels Airlines, the short clip between Copenhagen and Brussels, you could see I smashed the plane onto the ground, so I don't really want to do that with my virtual passengers here between Sydney and LA, because virtual passengers are just like me. They were flying for more than 12 hours and they want to have a smooth landing, just like me. So anyways, we will just sync up the heading a bit, because we need to do that. Or actually, I'm not going to sync up properly, because we will have to vector ourselves from SLI. So I will try to do it like this way, to extend the downwind a bit more. We can reduce the speed, or just stow the speed brakes back. So I don't want to make this really long, so over the station. Let's see if we can see the airport. It's somewhere over here, I think. So I guess it's not loaded yet, so except some stutters when we are on the final. So yeah. So since I don't want to make this real long, so I probably will just cut to the very light final approach phase. So I guess let's do that. It's gonna be a blink for you, it's gonna be a couple minutes for me. I thought, you know what, you should see a full approach, me trying not to mess up the landing. So we are onto the base, or the initial base, I would say. I am going to extend flaps 1, or should I say the slats. Oh, that's bumpy. Never seen that aileron move that much. So the airport is not loaded. Holy shit. Look at the flex. Wow. Interesting. We will keep it at 240 just in case. We will slow it down manually either, so yeah. So from here my ND says that it's quite a distance here between SLI and I didn't quite see that point, to be honest. Anyways, so it's quite a distance, so that's why we do some radar vectoring. Now we will slow the aircraft down to flap up. Flaps up speed, which is 224. We need to do that because we are below 8,000 feet. And we will do a vectoring, because now we are spot on the ILS. But I guess we can get the aircraft a bit more stable above 200 knots. We will do like a 90-degree approach on the 2.5 left. So we will go this way after SLI. Like a bit like this. 340 degrees or 340 degrees, yep, and then like we will extend this little turn because it's real sharp there. Going to decrease the speed a bit more. I also turned on the turn-offs, but also I'm going to turn on the landing lights and taxi lights just in case. And also I am going to extend flaps 5. Flaps 5, keeping it at 200 knots. The airport should load in a couple seconds, I think. Good cloud shadows. I expect heavy stutters, because the thing is it's around 24 to 32 FPS right now. I won't show you, but I know because of my movement. But I guess it's maybe reduced down a bit more, keeping it at 190. And after SLI, or you know what, we will leave SLI at heading 340 degrees, like this. I really don't want to mess this landing up. I wouldn't say the pressure is on, and also I don't really want to get low. So we will do vertical speeds, because you can see our diamond is going up there. Please airport load in. I would love to see my frames, how bad it is. Actually, when I've been here to LA for a couple of days, I guess it was 4 or 5, I seen a Qantas A380 landing on the 2 4s, because our hotel was in between the 2 or 4 runways, the two on the sides. So I could clearly see Qantas A380 landing on the 2 4s, but I don't really want to. Like, I've seen landing heavies on the 2 5s, so why not land there? And it's a bit closer to the international terminal, I think. So, especially if we vacate on Hotel 9, it's just a couple turns and we are onto the international terminal of Tom Bradley. Use the speed to flap 5. So, into the clouds. It's a bit cloudy this afternoon in LA. Let's slowly but surely try to make the airport load in. Let's do 310 to intercept. Flaps 10. There is the place, I think, of the airport or somewhere. Please airport load in. Except some stutters when it loads. FS Dream Team products are notorious of their loads. 180. The QNH was not set right. Maybe the Metar didn't update. I don't want to see the map, so I guess this is the 5-mile range. 4-3 something. Anyways, keeping it real slow. Nothing to rush, because you know it's like almost 30. It will be 13 hours now, I guess. Maybe it was a small stutter, but maybe the airport just now started to load in. And you know what? We will arm localizer. And gear down. Flaps 15. There it is. It's loaded. Localizer captured, so we'll arm approach. Some wing views. I won't add this small window this time, because I'm saving frames. It's around 2023, I guess. and flap 15, and there is 2.5 left. Soon it will start to turn onto it. Right, really sharply. Oh, not that sharp, indeed. It's doing interesting things. Sweet, I didn't like it's a bit it's smooth. I didn't expect that. So down with flap 20 or 17, sorry, because we are flying the dash 9. Those cloud shadows do look nice, I think. Glide slope alive. Let's double check the landing speeds, which is gonna be 148. We will do 150. I really do want to make some pictures, but I'm really afraid that it's gonna crash on me, because yesterday in the morning when I was landing in Singapore, checked down with the flaps once more, I will do just one picture, just like the old times. You gotta find a good angle and just take one picture. I guess this one is going to be, so you can see the whole livery of the aircraft, and that's it. Keeping it 150, flaps 20 from 18, and now we can all the way down to 30. Immersion effects. That was downtown LA. I'm quite surprised that this is actually smooth for the eye also. I will increase the range so I'm not seeing the map. Let's do the landing checklist.
Landing checklist.
Oh, speed brakes.
Land 3.
Speed brakes armed. Landing gear all green. Landing checklist complete. So it is time for me to land. Actually, if I move my mouse, it's still like good. Probably it's gonna be a bit better when I edit it. When I edit it out. So, I have bad experiences with weather updates in LA. Check. But I have never backed out from a challenge. So, my aircraft. Keeping the auto thrust working. Let's switch one cameras because it's a bit bright for some reason. You can follow the flight director really easily. I don't have puppies. It's a bad thing. Check. Speed is getting a bit low.
400. Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue.
300. 200.
As I told you. Stutters.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brakes up. cursor is normal. Aiming for hotel 9. 60 knots. That's hotel 9 here. Auto brake disarmed, manual braking. Let's stop the clock right away. I guess this one is hotel 9, the rapid exit. And it's done. Welcome to LA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be taxiing for the next few minutes.
Actually, we went off hotel 8, so we
we
stopped earlier.
At that time, please remember to check around your seating area in the seat pockets
Good.
and overhead
Now we have
bins
to
for all personal
manually
belongings
stop the
you brought
aircraft a
on
bit.
board. Please take care when opening the overhead bins, as the
We will
contents
cross
may have
2.5
shifted during
right
flight.
later. Turn off the lights. And turn on the APU. We'll cross 2.5 right here. That's Tom Bradley ahead of us. And after 1 minute behind, or 1 minute ahead of 13 hours, 12 hours, 59 minutes, we have officially arrived to Los Angeles airport. And I will just turn off the auto brake. It's less FPS than I want to be, or I want to have actually. So let's do some wing views for you. There is another aircraft here in LA. I don't know what type it is or which airline is it, but anyways. So I didn't turn on the landing range monitor, but I guess it was smooth. I tried, and I didn't float over. And we can retract the flaps. APU is on. So we will park somewhere over here. This is the international terminal, so we can park here somewhere. So let's see about the lights. Taxi is on. Good. Good. Everything is on. Spot on. Great. That was the Air France gate I departed from. So, and maybe I will choose this one right here, because it's an A380 gate also, but we can park here. I don't quite know which one is it. 150, some 150, exactly 150. Good. Back to this one. We will turn off the taxi lights, not to blind the the ground crew. Good. We'll do that without any help, because I don't trust GSX. We'll see if we have a 787 sign somewhere over here. Let's see if we do have it. Not quite, not quite. So we do park at the 777 because that's the closest thing to it. Oh yeah, you know what? The 757. Stop the clock, or stop. Set the parking brakes. Good. So we now can turn off our engines. Number 2 first. And number 1. Good. Strobes off, taxi off. Wait for it to set to drive, and now beacons off. Now we can request the deboarding. We'll choose Alliance Ground and jetways. Upper jetway. Hold up. We will see how that goes. I am interested. Upper jetway to a low door. Interesting. I love to see that how this works. Let's open some doors for GSX. Off with the cabin lighting. The first one is fine. Not that bad. Not as bad as I thought it will be. Anyways, we have some job to do here, so we have to secure the aircraft, line directors to off. We will set our transponder off. We will, you know, get our some space for our legs. Close flight is automatically done, so we will just do this one, and we will ask for external power and open the doors for the aircraft. External power on, so APU can come off. Fuel pumps also to off. And depressurizing the aircraft. Good. Passenger signs to off, and that's it. We will keep the packs on for a while. Turn off the traffics. In the terrain also. And that's it. So, dear viewers, dear guys, girls, whoever watches my channel, welcome to Los Angeles, all the way from Sydney, my second longest flight of all time. I actually liked it, but I would love to do it overnight because it took my whole day flying here from Sydney to get here at daylight. So I hope you liked the video. I have to add this. I love this repaint. That I would love to see it in real life as well, because I think it looks stunning, and also it looks really pretty neat on the 787. So if you did like the video, feel free to comment and like below, and if you want to support me and keep updated with the next few videos, because I have actually a schedule to how I am going to do flights. So I have more than a month of scheduled flights to do in Hungarian and in English commentaries also, and just flight clips and half commentary flights. So if you don't want to miss them out, feel free to subscribe, leave a like and comment below, and until my next flight, take care of yourselves and goodbye.